Okay, hello my cellmates, my play date friends for painting. I'm going to use my split cup. I know it looks a bit daggy because I've let paint dry in it, but it doesn't seem to affect the outcome. It's my split cup and I'm going to do a split cup extreme waterfall pour. Well, that's what I'm going to call it today. So I'm going to load my paints up. I'll load down the front, probably the same each side. So the yellow, I'm going to put my magenta. So these are all global, not global, these are Mont paints, studio acrylics that I'm using today. So that was the magenta, the yellow, this is the lovely turquoise from Mont. I'm going to use to do my extreme waterfall pour. Got this lovely navy that I made up myself. If you're in Australia, I do have an online supplier. I get so many questions asking me who's my supplier and where do I get it from. So my online supplier is there. This is just the white, everyday white. Okay, I'll go with that last bit of turquoise I have there. So this is split cup I got from a craft shop called Lincraft in Australia. I know maybe other people you'll be familiar with it if you're in Australia, but if you're in another country. But I do believe that you can get these cups from paint suppliers because they're actually a cup to store your leftover paints in. So they're should be easily available, I would say. Split cups. So I have poured that way. So I'm going to go my extreme waterfall. So we'll do my waterfall and see how it looks. I'm going to do the uppy and downy. Oh, it's coming out pretty quick. Uppy and downy. Strange, isn't it, that they both poured the colours in the side, both the same layer of colours, but the red has shown out quickly on the one and wow. Oh, look at this orange coming through now. Well, it's actually the yellow with the red. Looks fiery. It looks fiery. Love those colours together. I really do love those colours together. As the waterfall pools come into the bottom, as I probably didn't explain it, did I? I've lifted the canvas slightly so it's got that gradient to run down the canvas just with my fingers. You could actually put a little peg or something underneath just to keep it up. I'm just going to get every last drop out of here. Extreme waterfall. Ooh. See, well, the difference with this paint, it was all mixed. Oh, look at those colours. I don't want to do anything to it. It's so cool looking. All of my paints that I've used today was mixed with the Elmer's glue all and water, a 70-30 mix. I will have underneath, there's a drop down box and it'll have my recipe for this particular paint pour. I think most people when they're doing a waterfall pour will be just using the Floetrol, but I've used the glue all and I've still mixed my paints a few days ahead of time, which I usually do at least 24 hours, but these paints have been made up few days now. But look at this, it's so exciting. Oh my goodness, that has got some really cool effects in this. When you just don't want to move it because you just love what's appeared but you know you've got to move it because the paint is so thick it would never, well, there's more an opportunity of the paint cracking if it dried to dry off while it's so thick, so you can't really leave it, you've just got to take it gently. And you see those great big islands that are appearing, that is because this particular mix had silicone in the mix. If you use Floetrol, that kind of happens because Floetrol causes cells, but that's kind of, even though I always mix my silicone really well, I don't just stir it a couple of times, I don't believe that. I mix it in and mix it well. That way I hardly get any residue when with a dried painting. Wow, this is making a whole little scene all of its own. That my doing. I'm just helping it along its way. Trying to keep the paint centered so you don't lose it all off one particular way or the other. Loving the colours that's showing themselves. Don't like this so much, but that could be changed when I put torch on it, because I'd like to bring up the cells so it looks like a 3D cluster in here. So my extreme waterfall pour is certainly looking extreme. It's not what you normally would get out of this kind of twin cup pour, because I've made it up with the glue all and water as my pouring medium instead of Floetrol. So it's creating all crazy psychedelic, what's that, 670s, where it was all the psychedelic colours and trippy. It's looking very trippy. Look at that. Oh, wow. Very trippy. So just trying to run it off everywhere, but I don't want to lose some of those really cool effects that I've got happening in here. Wow, that looks like complete zebra skin over there. Let's try and run it off, but I don't want to. Wow, groovy. It's a groovy man looking one. Wow. I'm not going to worry too much about the corners because I've got enough paint that I've tipped off. Just taking it out of the frame a minute while I retrieve some of this paint on my glove. Yes, I'm wearing the washing up gloves instead of the disposable ones because I'm just trying to be a little bit environmentally friendly in that I can rewash these gloves obviously after I've finished a pour. And they're not turning out too cumbersome, which I thought they would. Wow, that looks cool, really cool. Just go this side and use some of my runoff to finger pop the paint. Wow, that looks good. It looks pretty good. Looks very trippy. I don't want to lose this too much, but if I don't run a little bit more paint, then I'm just worried that if it'll be too thick, and that's when you have a chance of it cracking. Go back over there. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Okay, I am going to give that a slight torch. If you didn't like it, if you liked it exactly as it is now, then you obviously would just leave it. Just leave it as it is. But I just want to bring up some of the cells so it kind of looks like the cells are floating. But look at this. You know what, I'm just going to take a photograph of it before I torch it so I can put a before torch and an after torch So I'll just take a photo. I'm just going to turn this light off because I get the glare back of my fluorescent light. But holy dooly, that is trippy. Very trippy, psychedelic. But that's a little bit different. I really like that. Really like it. Okay. Let's see what... So yeah, you could just leave it exactly as like that, and I know that I have lots of comment that they like it before the cells, and that's great. Look at these colours. Oh, that's so nice. Now this is the thing, I've took these dishwash gloves off, and now because my hand got sweaty inside, they're hard to pull back on, because I keep forgetting that if you add a bit of talcum powder inside them, it's all good. So I'm going to bring my magic wand in. I am just going to do a few dips up and down because I don't want the cells to come up absolutely everywhere, but I do want to get some 3D looking effects when the cells just look as though they're just floating in that 3D looking thing. Should I stop? Yes, stop, stop, stop. Okay. Wow. The thing with this, the cell, oh, some of them are a bit broken up. Some of them are coming nice, sort of forming nice cells, but some of them are becoming broken up. But I think the trick to this is just leave that now and see what it comes up on its own. So what I will do is I'm going to leave it at this point, and then I will take photos as it dries. So my extreme 3D waterfall. I'll give you a couple of close-ups. Okay, there we go. That looks really trippy. That does look trippy. But I want to thank you all so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm so grateful for the lovely comments, and I'm just so happy if you're getting any education out of this and want to try it. Got lots of videos there for beginners. Go to my videos on YouTube and you'll see my playlist that I'm slowly going through, trying to slot them all in. But it's got like your products that you'll need to begin this art journey, and it's so rewarding and fun to do. So happy painting, cellmates. See you again next time.